Can you guess which car I am in? Don't look at the video title. Look at all the crystals and crystals. And these crystals actually kind of blend me, like you can see when moving in the sun. Like we have a ton of sun right now, and these blind me. I think I'll be able to click this to automatically open the door for me, which is very, very nice. Now that's real luxury. Look at these beasts. I have this car for just a few hours, so I thought I'd just give you my first impressions and my driving impressions, and maybe we get the time to go charge it and a little bit, but I just have a few hours with it. You can see it has temporary plates, and I can already see that we have the Swarovski crystal headlights, like you can see, blinking in the sun there. Absolutely beautiful. That's my favorite option with this car. Absolutely stunning headlights. So there are actually crystals inside the headlights. Oh, I should mention that this is the BMW i7. It's a long boy, very long car. So let's go through the car and I'll talk a little bit about what I think about it. I've driven it for about an hour now, and it has been absolutely fantastic with the Meridian sound system and just amazing driving comfort. Probably the most comfortable car I've ever driven. It is so quiet inside, absolutely amazing. This is the xDrive 60, which means it's all-wheel drive or 2 motors. You can see the i7 and the large BMW logo with a camera hidden inside. Let's open the hatch. It's not a hatch, it's a trunk. Not a lot of space inside here. Almost feels similar to my Model 3. It's a little bit longer, but a little bit more narrow. So it feels kind of like a Model 3 trunk, to be honest, in total available space. That's kind of disappointing for such a large car, but yeah, I don't think people who buy this car really care about having the maximum amount of storage. Felt material everywhere here. Actually plastic here. Tesla has switched to carpet here. Anyways, just everything feels absolutely amazing. It looks pretty nice in white, and it has the Shadowline package, which gives a black grille, which I think works much better for this design. And as I showed you, the automatic doors, of course. And of course, all the doors are automatic. I kind of have to figure out what's the action for closing the door. I haven't figured out that yet. Okay, and you get in here and you press the brake pedal. This door will close, just like the Tesla Model X, for example. So inside here is absolute comfort. That's everything this car is about. So aside from like the crystal things that I mentioned before, all the crystals everywhere, that's super nice, and this super nice ambient lighting at night or in tunnels. And the seats are just so plush and so amazing just to sit here. I see that we don't have the theater screen, but we have a panoramic sunroof. And yeah, this car just feels amazing to drive. Just absolutely amazing. And not in like a sporty sense. I don't feel it's sporty at all. It's like a boat. It will move forward and backwards like a boat when you're accelerating, which is kind of fun. But it's not as boaty as, for example, F-150 Lightning that I was driving. It's more sporty than that. So it's somewhere in between, but it has like the maximum comfort available. And that's mainly due to the sound isolation of this car. I can't hear anything from outside. It's absolutely phenomenal. So that's very nice. And the Bowers & Wilkins sound system is great. I would say I've heard better sound systems, but it's up there, maybe one of the second or third best sound systems I've heard. It is very, very nice. And yeah, as you can see, I feel like I'm sitting in BMW, because you can sit quite low in this vehicle. Quite low. I have, of course, I have it as low as I can sit right now, which is my preferred way to drive. And you have, you can adjust steering wheel out all the way. I wish it could go out a little bit more, but yeah, the adjustment is fine, and it feels great in my seating position. Not sure about all the crystals, even though it looks nice. It actually, like you can see here on the camera, it'll blind me when I'm driving. So I'm not sure if that's the best design, but you know, it works. You can probably option those away. There are a lot of options that are on this car. We are missing the theater screen, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, I think I'll just jump in the back seat just to see how that is, because maybe you want to be chauffeured around in this car. By the way, if you want to open the door, you can open it normally here, or you can press this one to have automatic opening, and this is just a touch point, so it's not a button. We will walk out, and to close the door, I think it's, yes, it's just pressing this one. And I'll move aside, and the door will open. Okay, that's awesome. Let's see, automatic close, nice. Okay, so we have media here. I played some music earlier to test the sound system. Okay, we can set the climate here, and yeah, okay, so this is separate climate from the ones in the front. So this little screen is super nice. Let's see what we have here. Seats, you can raise the stuff behind here, and on the sides as well. Wow, this is awesome. And maybe the roof, is that the roof? Yeah, you can close the roof. Wow, absolutely amazing. And you have a ton of space here. I'm 176, so that's 5'9" in imperial units, and I have plenty of space here in my sitting position here. It's plenty of space behind here, and you can also, strange. Let's see. Go home here. I want to see what else I can do. Seats. I can actually. I think I can. Oh, there is rear massaging seats. Oh, that feels super nice. It's not very strong, but let's see. Shoulders. Nice. Okay, we can move the seats here as well. So you can have them even further back. Then you will get even more space. Nice. Let's see, do we have any... Yeah, USB-C charging here on the front seat. And we have some kind of M Sport package on this car, which also gives the brakes a color. Sorry, I don't have much time with this car. I just wanted to go through and tell you what I think about it. Let's talk a little bit about the drivetrain tuning before moving on. So this one will just open the door normally, and this one will do it automatically, I think. You can also just close the doors like this if you want. So, driving impressions. Drivetrain tuning is BMW like. It's pretty much perfect, but it's in the auto hold modus, which means auto hold mode. Sorry, it means that it'll stop by its. When you stop, it'll hold the brakes for you. It is not as smooth as, for example, Tesla. So one pedal driving is not as smooth, but everything else, acceleration, everything is perfectly tuned in my opinion, and makes it easy to drive comfortably compared to, for example, a Tesla is a little bit more aggressive. This one is easier on the throttle, but insanely fast, this xDrive 60. And yeah, the combination is absolutely amazing, to be honest. So, do we have any more climate options? Yeah, of course we have cooled seats. And let's see if they are better than the Tesla Model 3 Highline ones. Can you heated and cooled at the same time? Yeah. Oh, heated and cooled seats at the same time. That's awesome. Okay, let's test if the cooling is good. So we have this iDrive system here and the normal iDrive knob here. And you can raise the suspension when you're driving slow. And you have yeah, some drivetrain options as well. Adaptive one-pedal driving, iconic sounds, and a little bit of that. I must say that the cooled seats doesn't feel that cool. They're fine, a little bit ventilated. I'll keep you updated on the ventilated seats. And yeah, we have a boost option here, which I don't think you need in this car. It is plenty fast, to be honest, to be such a large sedan, but it's fun to have. The blinkers are normal. And this one has the, what it's called, assisted driving. So you have a full lane assist and adaptive cruise control together. And now the ventilated seats are a little bit better, but I don't feel like they are super awesome or anything. Here's the gear selector, and I think that was it for this quick video. Let's go charge it and see how it charges. My assumption is that it'll charge at around 200 kilowatts, which is what is advertised, but this is a pretty low voltage car from what I understand, like 370 volts. So yeah, let's run over to the charger and test it out. By the way, you need to set it to not limit you, because it has a limited mode for making the car quieter when charging, because of course electric cars make a lot of sound when charging due to the cooling. So you need to set this to not limit you when charging. So that's basically what this means. So let's plug it in at 17% just to see what we get. The actual kilowatts here, 180, 190, 192 kilowatts. Let's see if we will get some more data. I tried connecting OBD scanners to this car, 2 OBD scanners, and none of them worked. So I don't know, I tried a bunch of different profiles and stuff. 195 kilowatts, that's that's about what we expect, really. Let's see if we get some data up here. We usually get some data from the charger here, so I don't know what's up. But yeah, we are already at 20%. We plugged in at 17%, so that's nice. Okay, we are at 198 kilowatts. This is because the pack voltage goes up. Of course, I think it only takes around 500 amps because this charger behind me here is limited to 500 amps. It is actually branded as a 500 kilowatt charger, which is absolutely insane to market it as if it has 500 amps, but because then you need 1000 volts on the car, which no car, maybe the closest is the Lucid Air, I guess. Anyways, we are at around 194 kilowatts still at 26%, so seems like a pretty good curve actually, so that's nice. I wonder how, I'm trying to figure out how low into the pack you should go on a road trip with this car. Okay, here we can see a little bit more. So we see that we have already delivered 10 kilowatt hours. This battery is at I think it's around 101 kilowatt hours usable capacity, and the power is still 194 kilowatts, so pretty great so far. We are at 41% and already down to 161, so it has slowly tapered down to 161. It's not super bad, but it's not an awesome charging curve still, but I think it's totally fine for most users of this car. Okay, let's quickly discuss some driving impressions of this large electric sedan from BMW. So it does feel kind of like a boat, but it has some funness and some stiffness and some refinement to the driving characteristics, which are just amazing. It feels kind of like a mix between a sporty BMW and, for example, a Ford F-150 Lightning. A Ford F-150 Lightning will be much more boaty than this car, but this one still has the entire car leans forward and backwards when you brake and when you accelerate, and it has those characteristics. In terms of comfort for me as a driver, if we ignore the drivetrain bits, it is absolutely phenomenal due to the amazing sound isolation of this car. So I've driven the Tesla Model 3 Highland for quite a bit now, because that's my new personal car, and this one is much more quiet, and that's to be expected as well, because it's like 3 times the price, something like that. Almost 4 times the price. But this car has a ton of features, like it has an fantastic heads-up display, amazing ambient lighting, amazing plush seats which are heated and ventilated, and at the same time, and just amazing comfort. So if we test the driver assistance, it is one button to activate, so it's actually pretty easy to activate, and that's something I like and something I can appreciate. Sometimes it is too difficult to activate these different driver assistance systems. It is too many buttons and you end up not using them. But here it is a mode selector, so you select if you want dumb cruise control, if you want adaptive cruise control, or if you want assisted driving. And assisted driving will also, of course, turn the steering wheel for you, or lane holding, like many people call it. In the Tesla world, it will be Tesla Autopilot. So it is exactly the same. So let's see if this one swerves into the oncoming lane here. Yeah, kinda, a little bit. Every driver assistance systems does this, because Norway is the only country in the world that doesn't have these dotted lines on the on-ramp. So yeah, everyone swerves into the on-ramp, which is not good, but that's the way the Norwegian roads are. So maybe the automakers should update this. Anyways, the driver assistance system feels great. It is pretty confident, and it has a capacitive steering wheel, so you only need to hold very lightly with a couple of fingers on the steering wheel to keep the driver assistance systems on. In the Tesla, you need to put weight on the wheel, which kind of sucks. And yeah, the headrest, the seat grips nicely, and it is so quiet and so super comfortable inside this car. It is absolutely amazing to sit inside here. And you can't feel any bumps at all, and it's just it feels like sitting in inside an airplane, really, when you are at cruise altitude, and when the cabin lights are dimmed a little bit, and you know, you can sit back and relax. That's the same feeling I get here. But I do like to fly though, so if you don't like to fly airplanes, that will be a very shitty analogy. Automatic doors. I don't like automatic doors because they're slow. I am moving fast, so that doesn't really work for me, but if they are here, I think I'll use them, actually, because it is a comfort feature that gives you yeah, the ability to jump in the car and press the brake pedal to have the door closed is pretty nice, I would say. The sound system is great, and yeah. Now I'm just cruising on the assisted driving, I think it's called. Assisted driving is what it's called here. It might have different names in different markets, but it's super comfortable, and I can see a screen here with the car in front. I can see that the car is not only holding the speed, I can see that it's holding the lanes, and seems confident enough. I think, yeah, that was it for my BMW i7 first impressions. This is not a review, this is not a guide, and not a full in-depth tour, but it was a little video on the BMW i7, and I think it's an awesome, amazing luxury car, but it's also super expensive, and it's for a special kind of clientele. And there is a big reason why I'm testing this car, and yeah, you need to subscribe and stay tuned, and I'll show you.